eat with my green mangoes that I bought like at least 2 weeks ago, but I ran out of the roasted rice and some ground peppers. So I am gonna show you guys how I make mine. Before I get started with the sauce, I need to have these 2 ingredients ready to go. So my green mangoes, I got the small kind. It is being soaked in a cold water to kind of clean it up and give it that extra crispiness. So what I'm gonna do first is roast my dry peppers. Okay, let's come down. My pan has been heated. So all you're gonna do is roast this until you see it turn kind of like, you know, roasted color, which is like black a little bit on some part of the peppers, not all the way, of course. And doing this will give you that extra spiciness in the peppers. I could go ahead and do it just this, but it's not gonna give me that extra, that roasted smell pepper that I wanted. You're gonna be outside, buddy? This will stink up your house, so that is the reason why I'm doing small amount. I don't want to be too much. Make sure your doors and window is open. Just give it time, and you know, once it's kind of like roasted good amount, and you can go ahead and just have it set outside to let it cool off, and you know, so you don't have the smelly pepper in your house. Let me go ahead and cook that down and I'll show you guys. All right guys, my pepper is ready. This is how you want it to look. Ooh, I'm gonna start coughing soon. Well, anyways, this is how my roasted peppers. I'm gonna set this outside so that it doesn't pollute my house. All right. I am going to roast the sticky rice next. This is Japanese sticky rice that I'm using. This is the kind that my family eats, so that's the only sticky rice that I have. So all you're gonna do is roast that up until it turns to a dark color. Okay. Now make sure your heat is not too high. Right now I have it set like in a, almost like a little bit over 6. All right, let's see how it looks like after it's cooked. Hi guys. The rice has been roasted for a while. They have turning colors, but it is not there yet. I want it to be a little bit darker. So I'm gonna cook it a little bit longer. Okay, so on this one, it will stink up your house, so make sure your windows and doors open. I usually cook this outside, but the weather is really cold today, so that's why I'm doing it inside my house. Alright guys, I will show you when it's all done. Alright guys, my roasted rice is finished. This is how much I roast mine. What I'm going to do is set it outside to let it cool down, and I will blend it. And you want yours to be darker than what I have. You could always cook it down more, but I think this is good enough for me. And plus, I don't want to set off my alarm. And also, be sure to stir this often so you don't burn the rice when you're cooking it. Okay, guys, let this cool down, and we will go ahead and blend it up. Okay guys, the roasted peppers and roasted rice has cooled down. All I'm going to do is blend them in my blender. Now if you don't like to blend it, you could smash them, but I just think that takes too long, so I'm going to go ahead and just blend mine. Okay, here you go. my jar. I will finish up see the mess I'm making, guys? I will clean that up. Well, anyway, you just pretty much repeat the process until you're done. I'm gonna finish the roasted pepper first before I start on the rice. That way I don't, you know, have to clean my blender too many rounds. Okay, so let's go ahead and blend this one. Is done. Now these two ingredients are essential when it comes to lao dish. For example, goi or lap, dry peppers, and the roasted rice are the main ingredients that we use. You can use fresh peppers, but especially roasted rice, you want that, you know, prepare whenever you make those dishes. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up and then I'll start on the rice next. All right, I got my dry pepper grounded and blend. It is good to go. Now I am going to blend my roasted rice. You don't want to fill this up because then you won't get a good blend. So I start kind of a little at a time. You don't want to blend too finely because when you bite into your sauce or the dishes that you made, you want a little bit of that rice crunch, I should say. Okay, this is all there is to it, guys. I'm gonna store that one in my container that I already had for my roasted rice. I'm just gonna put that in. They smell so good. Now this will last me a while. The pepper will go fast because I use a lot of that. And the roasted rice part will probably last me good many months. The good thing about making your own roasted rice is that the aroma is like, it's unbeatable. You know, if you buy them at store, it's not as good as homemade. The only thing that takes time is just, you know, being patient when your rice is cooking, and the smell, of course. I would recommend doing it outdoor, but since the weather is cold, I'm gonna deal with the indoor. I left both of my door open while I was cooking this, and I had my kids close their door, their bedroom door, so they don't, you know, get the smell in there. All right, and that is it, guys. Very simple. You got your roasted rice powder and your ground pepper. Now any dish that calls for that two ingredients, you are good to go. I didn't really blend the last round as well as I should, but it's okay. It's gonna mix it in with the others. So, all right, I got those two all done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and make my sauce. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started making the sauce for the sour mangoes. I got 1 tablespoon of my ground dry peppers in there. I will add about 2, actually let's start with 1 first, roasted rice. Okay. I will start 1 tablespoon of sugar. Goes in there. Like I said, we will always fix this later on if we need to. This is what I do. I don't have a fixed amount at the beginning always. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the MSG, about this amount. goes in there. Okay, now this is the MSG I'm using. So we got roasted rice, dry peppers, sugar in there, and we got a little bit of MSG. And I am going to use a little bit of my chicken broth for a little bit extra flavors. We'll start with that amount for now. Okay. After that, we got all our dry ingredients. Mix it up, mix it. Okay. I am going to use my badak that I made right here. Now you want to get a good amount of liquid in here, so I'm going to use 3 tablespoons for now. Okay, and let's add a little bit of tablespoon of the light fish sauce I meant. Okay, all right, goes in there. Mix everything in there. Okay, I will need a little bit more of my badak, but let me taste the sauce first to see where the flavor is at. Okay, let me see. It's really good. A little bit of it needs a little bit of this fish sauce, but let's go ahead and add a little bit more of the badak. Okay, add a little bit more. Okay, and if you want yours to be sticky and use a little bit more sugar, it will give you that stickiness sauce that you want. Okay, I might need to add a little bit of sugar so that I could get a little bit of this sticky sauce, or the rich thickening sauce. Okay, let me taste. That's really good. Really good, guys. Just a little bit of the fish sauce. 1 more tablespoon. And I will add a little bit more of the sugar. Okay. I don't want to dip my spoon in there because it got all sorts of stuff in there. I'm going to give it about 1 more tablespoon. Okay. I think this is probably good enough. Okay. And here you go. A nice gel for sour mango. Perfect. Perfect. And my topping, I'm using garlic, some of my shallot that I sliced, and fresh pepper to give it a nice color. And I didn't add too much of the dry ground pepper, so I could go ahead and add a little bit more of that to give it that nice color. I like garlic in my sauce, so I'm gonna add garlic. Some people leave that out. It's optional. Okay. I probably won't use all the shallot. It looks like I sliced way too much. Alright, goes in there. And my dry pepper. Let's mix that up and see how that goes. See that, guys? This is a sauce. All you're doing is just mix it up, and there you go. You got yourself some really delicious gel for your sour mango. Now taste it and adjust it however you like. I like my sweet and sour and a little bit on spiciness. If my husband eats with me, I can't make too spicy. But here it is, guys. Very simple. All you have to do is prep your other stuff that is hard to make, like your rice powder. You have to make yourself. Okay, thank you, guys. And here's the full thing. dough is ready to go. I soaked that in ice to give it crispiness. And here's the sauce. I will enjoy this soon after I'm done cleaning up.